Hey, Brightmoor kids, welcome online. Today, we're going to be talking about honor. What does honor mean? Honor means that you show respect to someone for who they are and what they've done. I'm going to tell our contestants some situations or some people, scenarios that they come in contact with, and they're gonna have to show me how they would show honor to them. Are you guys ready to play?
Yeah.
All right, let's hop into it. The first scenario is this. You meet the King and Queen of England. What do you do?
Oh, do we take like turns?
I'll let ladies first.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, thank you. Meeting them, I probably would like bow or curtsy or whatever. If I'm like wearing a dress, I probably like curtsy or bow and like greet them in whatever way you're supposed to, and then maybe like give them a gift or something and be like, here you go.
It's pretty good. What about you?
If I knew ahead of time, I would make a soup called what is it? Like queen tea soup. Oh no, I should have thought about this beforehand. It's some type of soup. I think it's called like England soup. That's what it is. England soup. My mom made it once. It was great. And then I would also make a pie of some sort, or maybe a crumpet. Yeah. And I'd be like, here you go.
I don't even know what a crumpet is, but okay. You're in the army and your senior commander enters the room. How do you show honor?
Oh. I would do that.
Yeah, I would do that too.
All right, that's good. I love it. All right, this one. You have jury duty and you're in the courtroom, and then the judge enters the courtroom. How do you show honor then?
I stand up.
I was gonna say, I think you stand up.
They say, all rise.
Yep, and you stand up.
Yeah. Now, I've never been in the courtroom, but I have watched a lot of court TV
Not
shows.
again. I can't go back. I'm just kidding.
All right, what about this one? You're in class and the teacher asks a question that you know the answer to. How do you show honor then?
You raise your hand.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. You know
That's
what?
at least that's what I would do.
Yeah, same.
That's a good one. All right, last one, a good one. You're at home and your parents ask you to clean your room. How do you show honor then?
Ooh.
You clean your room.
Yeah, you would tell them like, okay, Mom, I'm gonna go clean my room, and then you go and clean it, and then you have a nice room afterwards.
Right, and if you're even better, you would clean it before anyone asks.
Yeah, before they even ask, and then maybe do the dishwasher too.
That's pushing it, but
Hey, you know what? Honestly, guys, I am super impressed with your answer. Way to go.
Yeah.
Way to go.
Okay, that was pretty cool. Everyone in that game, as in Mr. Devontae and Miss Danielle, did a great job honoring others in their answers, right? Do you know that God sometimes honors us? Did you know that? Well, today we're going to take a look at a story of a woman named Ruth. God saw how faithful Ruth was, and he honored her for it. Before we do that, what's next? Oh, did you just shout the wonder truth? That's right. Let's go and talk with, well, Sam the Snowflake Snowman.
what's up, you guys? It is Snowflake Sam the Snowman back here again to tell you our wonder truth, and that is that God honors faithfulness. I'm gonna say it again. God honors what? Faithfulness. All right, ladies, it's time for you to stand to your feet, and you're gonna repeat after me as loudly as you can. I'll give you 3 seconds. 3, 2, and 1. Okay, repeat after me. God honors faithfulness. Great job, ladies. Take a seat. Boys, take a stand. I'll give you 3 seconds. 3, 2, and 1. All right, repeat after me. God honors faithfulness. Great job, gentlemen. It's time for everybody to stand up and do it as loudly as you can. Okay, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, God honors faithfulness. Great job, ladies and gents. That is our honor truth.
Wow! Word of wonder! Woo!
Wow, I'm so excited. This is our second time.
Second time.
Second time to do this verse.
Yes.
And you know, we're in our Christmas season. You know, it's Merry Christmas, all that fun
The
stuff.
joyful season.
Yep. And so now we're gonna do this verse and be joyful too. But with that, I think we all need to stand up. So
Stand
come
up. On your feet. On your feet.
on. Come on.
See you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Stand up.
Stand up. Stand up.
Awesome. Now that we're standing, what we're gonna do is we're gonna have like a little challenge.
Yeah, switch it up.
So this first time when we say it, we're gonna say it as loud and as proud as we can.
Yeah, shake the room.
Yeah. So
with
we're
how
gonna be
loud you are.
like, the Lord, and we're gonna shake it, okay? So we're gonna do that, and then the next time we'll do something different.
Yes.
So let's do this, same like normal. I'm gonna say it, and then you're gonna repeat after me with Miss Monique. Ready? The Lord Himself
The Lord Himself
will give you a sign.
will give you a sign.
The virgin is going to have a baby.
The virgin is going to have a baby.
She will give birth
She will give birth
to a son,
to a son,
and he will be called Emmanuel.
and he will be called Emmanuel.
Isaiah 7:14.
Isaiah 7:14.
Awesome. Great job.
Beautiful.
Awesome.
Nice and loud.
So now, because we did it loud, this time we're gonna whisper. But the thing is we need to still say it. You can't just like pretend you're whispering
Yeah.
and not actually like have something out of your voice. So you still need to say it that we can hear it.
Yes.
But you still have to
you-
like say it
You
like
have a
quiet.
very important message to say, but quietly.
Yes.
So you're like, that's like the most important message that you have to tell someone, so you know they have to hear it, but you have to whisper it. Say it quietly.
Yes. Okay, let's do it. Whispering, but still like loudish. Okay, ready? The Lord Himself. The Lord Himself will give you a sign. Will give you a sign. The virgin is going to have a baby.
The virgin is going to have a baby.
She will give birth. She will give birth to a son. To a son. And he will be called Emmanuel.
And he will be called Emmanuel.
Isaiah 7:14. Beautiful. Great job, guys.
Great
that
job.
was awesome. And that was our wow.
Where is she? Where is Danielle? I have been waiting for her, and I have called her at least 12 times, and she has not been answering. Where is she at? Danielle? There you are! Are you okay?
Yeah. I'm. Give me a minute.
Where were you at? I was really getting worried about you.
Well, I was
Take your time.
watching my sister's baby.
Oh, okay. Wow. The baby's only one, though, right? So why are you out of breath?
Only one? Well, you're right. He is only one. But you know, he like runs like 100 miles a minute. It's crazy.
100 miles a minute?
Yeah, he's such a crazy boy. And then he jumped on the scooter. We were in the garage, and he jumped on the scooter.
There was a scooter?
There was a scooter in the garage. And he jumped on it.
Okay.
And then he went to the biggest mountain, or we don't really have mountains in Michigan, the biggest hill in Michigan.
I know the hill.
Okay, the big, yeah,
The
you
big
know that.
hill. I know
big
the
hill.
big hill.
Yeah.
I
He
know the
went
big
to
hill.
the hill.
You went to the hill?
And then he went down.
Down the
He
hill?
went down the hill, and I had to come running after him.
After the baby.
Yeah,
On
and
the
so-
scooter down the hill.
Yeah. Whew, I know. Yeah, but he was all right. He was all right.
Okay,
he was
he's
fine.
okay.
But the thing is he went down the hill, and then after that, he decided not just just to keep on running. And I had to keep on running after him. And guess how long he ran for?
10 minutes?
2 hours.
2 hours?
I was running after him for 2 hours. But he's like, I love him. I do really love him. But, he's sometimes...
I was gonna say, if my memory serves me correct, something kind of similar happened last week?
Yeah, he might have put some eggnog in the bathtub and swam around in it and made a mess. And then once he was in the bathtub, then he splashed the eggnog everywhere. And then it got out of the bathroom and then into the whole other house. Eggnog was everywhere.
Wow, oh my goodness. After all of that, 2 weeks in a row, you must be so tired.
I am really tired.
Have you thought about, taking a break?
What? No!
Relaxing? Telling your sister that you just can't do this right now because you need a minute after all that.
No, I never would do that because I made a commitment to her. I told my sister that I would watch her baby and I want to be faithful and honor that commitment that I have with her.
That is so respectable. I respect that so much, and I love that you're doing that. Yeah, in this Bible story, there's a girl named Ruth, and she stayed faithful to her mother-in-law, even though it was probably really difficult. A lot like you staying faithful to your sister.
Wow, that sounds like an amazing story. Wow, I want to hear about it,
Well, you're in luck, because that's exactly what we're about to go into next. We have a video right all about it.
Merry Christmas time, everyone! I'm Carol, and this is my favorite Christmas mug. And this is my favorite Christmas mug. But this is my favorite Christmas mug. I love Christmas mugs because I love Christmas. Christmas! It's Christmas! It's Christmas! It's almost Christmas time! If you like my Christmas mugs, you should see my Christmas tree. Ta-da! I actually have 2 trees. My other one is Christmassy in a different way. Come on. This is Jesus' family tree. When we celebrate Christmas, we're celebrating the birth of Jesus. Jesus is God's son, but he also had an earthly family. Why? Well, humans disobeyed God, but God had a plan to heal his relationship with them. He would bless the whole world through this special family, Jesus' family. This started with Abraham and his wife, Sarah. This ornament represents them. They had a son named Isaac, and he had many children and grandchildren, and their family grew into a whole nation called Israel. This ornament is all about one of Jesus' family members who lived many years after Abraham and Sarah. Her name was Ruth. Ruth was a Moabite. She didn't live in Israel with Israelites. Moabites lived in Moab and chose to worship many gods instead of the one and only God. At this point, things weren't great in Israel. There was also a great famine. That means there wasn't enough food to eat. I'm very thankful that I have enough food to eat. I'm especially thankful for Christmas cookies. Because of the famine in Israel, a woman named Naomi went with her husband and 2 sons to Moab. They were there for many years, and one of her sons married Ruth. The other married a woman named Orpah. Sadly, all 3 men died, leaving only Ruth and Orpah with Naomi. When Israel's famine was over, Naomi decided to go back to her home. So good. like a crunchy cloud of Christmas wishes. Naomi told Ruth and Orpah they should stay in Moab and find new husbands. Orpah did just that, but Ruth refused to leave Naomi. She told her, "Where you go, I'll go. Where you stay, I'll stay. Your people will be my people, and your God will be my God." Naomi and Ruth went together like cookies and eggnog. And God honored Ruth's faithfulness. Just right. In Israel, Ruth worked in a field, picking up grain, so she and Naomi could make food. The field was owned by a man named Boaz, who was related to Naomi's husband who had died. When Boaz heard about how Ruth had stayed with Naomi, he was impressed. So impressed, he married her. This meant he took Naomi into his family too. Boaz and Ruth had a son named Obed, and Naomi helped take care of him. And Obed became the grandfather of Israel's greatest king, King David. But that's a different ornament. Ruth made the hard choice to leave Moab behind and take care of Naomi. God honored her faithfulness by taking care of both of them. He even gave Ruth a new home and a son. And because of her faithfulness, she got to be a relative of God's son, Jesus. God honors faithfulness. Uh-oh, I'm out of cookies, but I still have eggnog. Guess I'd better bake some more. Speaking of more, there are way more ornaments to put on Jesus' family tree, so you should definitely come back. Bye!
In the time of our Bible lesson today, there was a great famine in the land of Israel, so there wasn't enough food to eat. To go find a safer place to live, a woman named Naomi traveled with her husband and their 2 sons to a land called Moab. The people of Moab worshipped many different gods instead of the one true God of Israel. Naomi and her family lived in Moab for many years, and her sons married women from there. Sadly, Naomi's husband and her 2 sons died, leaving her alone in a faraway place with only her sons' wives, Ruth and Orpah.
One day, Naomi heard that the famine in the land of Israel was over, and she decided to return to her own country. Naomi encouraged Ruth and Orpah to stay in Moab, their homeland, and to find new husbands there. Orpah listened to Naomi and returned to her own family, but Ruth held tightly to Naomi and refused to go. Again, Naomi urged Ruth to go back to her family and their gods.
But Ruth loved Naomi too much to abandon her. "Don't try to make me leave you and go back," Ruth told her mother-in-law. "Where you go, I'll go. Where you stay, I'll stay. Your people will be my people. Your God will be my God." That is found in Ruth chapter 1, verse 16. Ruth had made up her mind she would be faithful to Naomi no matter what. God honored Ruth's faithfulness, and he had an amazing plan to bless Naomi and Ruth at the same time. When they arrived in the land of Israel, Ruth began to work in a field picking up fallen grain so that she and Naomi could make food for themselves.
The grain Ruth gathered was in a field that belonged to a man named Boaz, who happened to be a relative of Naomi's former husband. Boaz had heard about Ruth's faithfulness to Naomi and was impressed by her. He was so impressed that he decided to marry her. Well, there's a lot more story behind all of that, but you can go right into God's word and find it out. And he took Ruth and Naomi into his family and provided for them. Boaz and Ruth had a son, and Naomi helped to look after the little boy. His name was Obed, and his grandson, are you ready for this? It's almost like a drum roll moment, like his grandson would become the greatest king of all times when it comes to Israel's history, other than Jesus himself. It was King David. That's so cool. It's awesome that here we have this story and the obedience came in, and then from King David, who else came? You know it, Jesus.
Ruth made a difficult decision to leave everything she knew and care for her mother-in-law. God honored Ruth's faithfulness to Naomi by providing for them, giving Ruth a new home and a child. That child became the grandfather of King David. And because of Ruth's faithfulness, God made her an ancestor or a relative of his son, Jesus. God honors faithfulness.
Welcome back to another exciting Rewind review. Today we have a competition between 2 fierce competitors. On my left, your right, we have Mr. Devante, who has a record of 0-0 for this Christmas series. Or have you won this Christmas series? Have you played this Christmas series? This week too. You didn't play last week, did you?
Nope.
No, 0-0 versus Mr. Josh, who is also
Damn, 1 for 1 actually.
1-0.
Yeah.
He puts his undefeated record on the line head-to-head
Yeah.
versus Mr. Devontae. At this point, competitors, you can touch gloves. Otherwise, let's have a safe. Oh. I like it. It's getting spicy.
I only touch winners.
Question number 1. Why did Naomi and her family move to Moab?
Because they were looking to find
Incorrect. There was a famine.
Bam!
food. They were looking to find food.
Oh,
you didn't
yeah.
let me finish. Minus
You didn't
one.
talk it fast
Negative
enough.
1.
Nah, sorry. Oh, you know what? I don't know if you're gonna go there.
We'll never know now.
We'll never know. So we're just gonna throw that point away. We're gonna throw that point away. Nobody gets it. 0-0 still. Question number 2. What happened to Naomi's 2 sons and her husband? Oh, Josh is under there. Josh.
They died.
Correct. They died, which is similar to what Devontae's doing right now. He's dying out there.
Dang.
Whoa.
He's dying. All right. Can Devontae come back? Number 3. What did Naomi decide to do after her sons and husband had passed away?
I'm sorry, repeat that question?
No.
What did Naomi decide to do after her sons and husband passed away?
She
Decided to be a widow.
That is not the right answer.
Marry.
No.
And
She wanted to move back to her old town.
Her old town?
She wouldn't move in her new town. She wanted to stay here. She wanted to stay.
Nobody gets that
oh
point.
no. She went back to her
I just said that
her
wrong.
husband's. Or
She went back to Israel. She moved on back.
Just say she went back to her old town.
Yeah.
Come on, the old town?
I mean, old little
And what
town
was your
of
answer?
Bethlehem.
That might have been the worst set of answers I've ever seen. Let's do better, people. Please, kids are watching. Question number 4. Who decided to move back to Israel? Naomi.
her sons.
Ruth.
Correct answer. Josh is in the lead now, 2-1. Next question is this. Who was impressed by Ruth's faithfulness to Naomi?
Jesus.
Boaz.
Correct.
I don't know where I've been
He
this entire.
He was very impressed.
He was smitten.
You know what I'm saying? Next question. What ended up happening between Boaz and Ruth?
They got married.
They got hitched.
Correct answer.
Woo, that was worth
I
3
believe
points.
that is 2-3. We
Yeah.
have 2 questions left. Devontae, you got to pull some magic out if you want to have a chance.
Yeah.
Next question is this. And why are your hands so close to the buzzer?
Right.
Yeah. I'm gonna have to
Guard
rewind
it
the
for
tape.
safekeeping.
Duh, that is not it. Hands. Okay, that works. All right, next question. Who was Ruth's great-grandchild?
That would be Jesse.
No, not Jesse.
But it starts with the J.
No.
It does not start with the J.
It's not. Was her son? Was Jesse her son?
Jesse would be her grandchild.
She's her great grandchild?
Yes.
Solomon.
Oh, really? So Solomon
Oh.
was Jesse's kid? No.
David.
Well, you gave a bunch of answers. You basically named every single person in the Bible. I can't give you points for that. Ooh. Moses. Aaron. So, anyhow.
The answer is David.
Answer is David. Nobody gets points for that. Devontae is still 2-1.
I get.
Oh no, excuse me.
I'm
2
down
to
by
3.
1.
2 to 3. Next question is this: what is today's wonder truth?
God has righteousness, or God
Oh
gives
my
righteousness.
goodness, seriously
Holds
though.
righteousness. Righteousness is in it.
I'm not 100% sure, but I'm pretty sure you're related to Snowman Sam, and he does the points.
Cheater. Pumpkin eater.
No, that was off, man. That was not this week.
God.
Yep.
It's what I started
God
with
does what?
also.
God
You too.
loves. God gives righteousness. God is righteous. Help me.
All right, well, it's 3 words.
God
And
is
the
righteous.
initials for the words of the first letter in each word is GHF.
God has
Faithfulness.
favorites.
God has favorites. What are you talking about? God honors faithfulness.
God honors
God
faithfulness.
honors faithfulness. Has faithfulness.
Oh, you know what?
For he is faithful and I am not.
Snowflake Sam is somewhere on the mountain just rolling in his icy grave. Okay, last question of the day. Devontae, you can send it in overtime if you get this right.
Okay.
Josh,
Hands down.
you can totally destroy him if you get this correct. Where is today's word of wonder found?
Isaiah.
Isaiah what?
7:14.
Well, he was still thinking. You just can't steal the answer from him. I think
it's team effort.
I gotta give it to Devontae, that question. That leaves us with a tie, 3-3. So
Winning streak broken, technically.
technically it was broken. But hey, that is the end of Rewind Review. How'd you guys do? Hopefully better than some of these people up here. If you didn't do good this week, there's always next week. We'll see you soon.
We just wanted to thank you guys for joining us for another amazing Brightmoor Kids Christmas lesson. Now, if you guys want to see us in person in Fly, we'd love to have you on Sunday or Wednesday. But until then, tune in next week. Bye.
See ya.